If different stakeholders come and just maybe be able to support this initiative, then we'll have a lot of reasons to smile. This is what actually transpired when the event was launched.
We as a sports people, when we do not have a good environment, it's very difficult for us to breathe and to see also that the universities are coming up. These are our leaders for tomorrow, that when they go back, they need to also to educate the kids, and also they need to educate their parents to protect the trees.
The government has the policy for planting 15 million trees. So we are really plugging into this, and if we don't change our country, I think the drought has been bad enough last year. It is expected that this year is probably going to be worse. So as also Mr. Wesonga has said, if we are not careful, we are really going to bear the brunt of climate change, which we are already really experiencing back at home in Makueni.
It was important that you promote with this legend kind of attitude where it is being said is going to change the kind of hazard kind of climate that is being observed currently, so that by planting these trees, it will be completely changed, and I want to appreciate that.
Today, we want to say how happy we are because you have responded and you have come forward. May God bless each one of you, and make sure the tree you plant, you look after. And when you go home to your own homes, plant 10 trees now, plant 20, plant 30, and let's make Kenya a different country. Let's lower that temperature if we can.
I don't know you're watching us from which part of the country or also which part of the continent, but let me ask you, when was the last time actually you planted a tree? I try to remember, actually, I did plant a number of seedlings December, and I want to plant a number of seedlings this year and moving forward. But to where you are, how many trees have you planted? I know, talking about the importance of trees, a lot of us understanding how important that is, and this team actually, they've said that they want to have 1 million seedlings actually be planted, and I think they will also do a follow-up to make sure that those seedlings will be watered and they will be able to grow. I'm talking about the people who are behind and pushing and making sure that we will have a formidable Lukenya marathon this time out. I'll start with the gentleman on my far left, George Wasonga. How have you been, George?
I'm good, Otisi.
Long time, umejificha sana lakini.
Long time, umejificha kidogo, tumekuwa busy na mambo ya sports tu. Because tunataka Kenya iwe mbele kwenye mambo ya sport.
And that's how it's supposed to be. Patrick Macau, also another person that we've been meeting in the athletics world for a number of years. Not a new name in the world of athletics here in the country. Patrick, how have you been?
Me, I've been good. Yeah, I'm just here to campaign. Talk and campaign about how important are the trees in this community of sports. Yeah.
Dr. Mwanya Paul is the other gentleman with us in studio. I think you're the only person I've not met and interacted with before. Sure. But having this gentleman with you, I can say you are in good company. Tell me something about the marathon. I know we are counting and we are saying a positive initiative, one which a number of people should come and support. What are we looking at?
Right. Thank you very much. We are here to talk about the Lukenya University 1 million tree marathon. We want to plant 1 million trees in a period of 5 years. And this means that we will be planting 200,000 trees in every year. And it's not a small initiative, and that's why we felt it's important that we organize a marathon that will be able to bring together people of all walks of life, sponsors, NGO world, well-wishers to come and assist us achieve this important objective. Remember, where the university is placed is what is our motivation. Lukenya University is located in Makueni, and Makueni is a very dry place. Actually, we say it's a semi-arid. And the university is just next to Savo East National Park. When you get to that place, you realize that the temperatures are too high, and our main objective is to see how best we can be able to bring down these temperatures. Because if that becomes the trend, and looking at even the statistics that indicate so clearly that when you look at Kibwezi, then the temperatures are 1.69 above the national average. And that is a very big percentage. And that is why we are saying as a university, we have a very big objective to see that we plant trees. When you plant trees, we are targeting to bring down those temperatures by almost 0.45. And the objective of planting these 1 million trees in a period of 5 years is to ensure that we are able to increase the tree cover up to maybe 40%. And if we achieve that 40% forest cover in Kibwezi, then we will be sure that we'll have changed the whole of that place.
Let me go to the chairman of the local organizing committee, and I know a lot is expected from you to make sure this event. Where are we at this particular time, and what are we looking up to? And have we been able to get the much needed support that we desire to make this become a reality?
Yes, as the chair of the local organizing committee of the Lukenya University Marathon, I would like to say that we are lucky that during our launch, a number of organizations came up to support us, and I know that others are still coming up. Sponsors, corporate sponsors, individual sponsors, and actually right now I would like to call upon Kenyans to come out in large numbers, and let's do this thing for those for the semi-arid areas, because all that Makueni needs is water. And what can bring water is planting of trees, such that we can have what you call conventional rain in Makueni. And I know Makueni and the Ukambani area as a whole would easily turn into the bread basket of Kenya, of this country. And you see, when a people are properly fed, you see, you'll find that we reduce costs in medical, we reduce medical costs, we reduce a number of other costs that come about when people are not well fed, when people are sickly. A well-fed person will not be sickly, and that means that we'll be saving a lot of money on medicine, and that money would go into improving our environment. And that's why Lukenya, being a private, Lukenya University, being a private university, the administration sat down and thought deeply, how do we impact these people? How do we help right from the grassroots? Then this idea of a marathon was born, because we know that in a marathon we can have over 10,000 people who will come to run, and as they come to run, when they register, right, they are like buying seedlings. And we thought, like, okay, if 10,000 people came up and they say each of them planted 3 trees or 5 trees, how many trees will you have planted on that same very day of the marathon? We found that we'll have done a lot of trees. And then this year we'll make sure that by the end of the year we have done 200 and above, you know. And not only planting these trees, we also want to take care of these trees. Plant and take care of the trees until maturity. And then when you go to Makueni, you'll find a cooler, more productive area in this country.
Makawan, do you agree? And it is the beauty of sports, because sports initiatives actually bring people together. And when that happens, then for a cause and a good cause of action, then people will have a lot of reasons to smile.
Yeah, let me start by saying this. A cool climate condition is the only one which can support sports. I think in the dry areas, it is very hard to get at least training. If they will try to go and train there, they will not get to their right shape. And that's why we sat down and we saw, and on how we can collaborate athletes with the bringing these climates or controlling these hot conditions, bringing them down. And we saw the best way is to have a marathon which will attract Kenyans, and they will come and they work as a tool to campaign for this initiative of planting trees. And I'll talk a bit about Europe, where I've been there for a very long time. And actually, in Europe we have the best courses and the best climates which can support sports, and that's why most of the times we see most of the best times are being done within Europe, and the reason is to why they have planted many trees, and the climate is always good, it's always fresh. And on the other way, we can't train on low altitudes. We need those areas which are being covered by vegetations. And the best thing is to plant many trees and bring our land to origin, how it used to be before. Yeah.
From the institution's point of view, I know having a marathon, a lot of people do go all out and organize different races, and they say, we'll have this race, we'll have this race. Others because they want to make money, others because they want to have something positive to be impacted in the community. What is the thought line coming from the institution that you're representing in regards to making this become a success?
Right. Maybe one of the things that I may want to mention is about our motto. Our motto is in Latin, that's Postera Crescam Laude, that we labor for the benefit of the future generations. And when we think of Makueni, and as a university that is there to do a lot of research, a lot of teaching, we want to see that in the future we can be able to talk of a Makueni that is too different from the Makueni we have today. When we say we labor for the benefit of the future generations, then our objective is that we want to see through this marathon and through the planting of the 1 million trees, that the temperatures of Makueni County won't be brought down to the smallest level as possible. We want to assure Makueni people that they can have conventional rainfall, which they can be able to depend on. We want to assure Makueni people that they can be able to plant, crop, and survive, unlike what is happening today. So when we say we want to labor for the benefit of the future generation, that is our motivation. That we want to see that as a university, which is a learning institution, then we can be able to bring something new in that old county. And that is why we are so committed to ensure that in this period that we are talking about, then we can be able to plant those 1 million trees. And I know it's an objective that can be achieved. In fact, when I try to look at statistics, then it is like we are almost convinced that we can even achieve it in a lesser time than the projected 5 years.
And it is a reality and it can happen.
It can happen. Actually, it's happening. It's actually happening already, because even when you look at the university itself, we went there when the land was bare and it had shrubs. But if you now visit the university, you find it's a very cool place as compared to the other places. And that is what is motivating us, that now we want to move out in those small circles and try to see that from the university going outwards to the whole of the county, then we can be able to make the environment as greener as the university itself. Because
actually, you can see those pictures, and
you can actually see from the pictures that those are the pictures that have been taken from the university, and the place looks very cool and very green.
So the entire region actually is supposed to be like that. We'll take a short commercial break, but